someone in your house is cheating on you. Here is the evidence: see a broken bar, but before you confront them, know this: the universe reveals betrayal not to break you, but to rebuild you. My dearest one, I come to you not with the fire of judgment, but with the wind of revelation. You have felt it, haven't you? That quiet discomfort inside your spirit. That tug in your chest when they speak too sweetly. The silence that wraps itself around the room when they walk in after midnight. The shift in their gaze when they thought you weren't watching. The scent of another's perfume, not yours, never is a lingering in places it should never be. It clings to the air like a ghost, like a curse, and it speaks louder than their carefully constructed lies. You were never blind, beloved. You were protecting your hope. That is not weakness, that is the strength of someone who dares to believe in love. But the truth is here now, uncovered not to destroy you, but to set you free. I bring it not to wound, but to awaken. Their infidelity is a mirror exposing either your neglected intuition or a love that was never yours to keep. Yes, betrayal always holds a mirror. Not just to the one who broke the vow, but to the one who trusted it. Look closely, beloved. This is not about shame. This is about returning to yourself. Somewhere along the way, you stopped listening to the small voice inside of you, the one that whispered when something felt off. The one that noticed the late replies, the lukewarm kisses, the disconnection that crept into conversations like fog. You excused the absence of affection. You told yourself, they're just tired, when they pulled away. But your soul knew. Your soul always knew. Do not carry the blame for someone else's decision to betray. But do carry the wisdom that now rises from the wreckage. This love, if it can be called that, was not rooted in truth. It was built on illusion, on your deep desire to hold together what was already unraveling. You gave, and gave, and gave, hoping love would grow in soil that was never fertile. That is not a failure. That is a testament to your loyalty. But now it is time to be loyal to yourself. The angels whisper, do not rage at the broken bar, rise from its ashes. Anger will tempt you. It will come, dressed as justice, burning in your chest like fire. But rage will only poison your peace. Do not let their lie become the author of your bitterness. You were not created to crumble in betrayal's aftermath, or you were created to rise. You are not ashes, child of light. You are flame. You see, the universe allows these moments not to punish, but to push. To awaken you. To redirect you. To remind you that your worth is not defined by someone's loyalty or lack of it. You are worthy, period. You are chosen, period. You are sacred, period. Do not let their betrayal blind you to your brilliance. You loved deeply. You trusted fully. That is your power, not your weakness. Let their actions reflect their character, not your value. The scent of another's perfume clinging like a curse. Yes, the evidence is there. On the collar. On the car seat. On the pillow that once held only your dreams. It clings not just to fabric, but to memory. To imagination. to the way your heart trembles when you remember how things used to be. But understand the pain is the perfume of transformation. It stains for a while, yes, but it also pushes you into the next chapter. Into truth. Into sovereignty. You are not cursed. You are being cleared. Cleared of false love. Cleared of illusions. Cleared of everything that blocked your full becoming. This pain is initiation, not defeat. Let me say that again, slowly, so your heart can drink it in. This pain is initiation, not defeat. This is a sacred passage. Not everyone survives betrayal, but you will. Not only survive, but bloom. You are walking through fire, but you will not burn. You are being baptized by heartbreak, but you will rise with clarity. Do you understand? You are being initiated into a new self. A self that sees clearly. A self that knows its worth without needing permission. A self that doesn't beg to be chosen, but chooses themselves first. Initiation is not soft. It is not painless. But it is holy. You are standing at the doorway now. The threshold between who you were and who you are becoming. And though your hands may tremble, you must walk through. You must decide, will this make you bitter, or braver? Here is where choice enters. Here is where your soul's strength is forged. Not in the betrayal, but in the aftermath. You get to decide what this wound becomes. Bitterness is the easy path of the one that tells you to hate, to harden, to close your heart forever. But bravery? Bravery is sacred rebellion. It says, even after this, I will love again. Even after this, I will rise wiser, kinder, stronger. My beloved child of grace, I see you. I see the weight you carry, the ache that lingers in your heart, the questions that swirl in your mind like a restless storm. You have been betrayed, hurt by someone you trusted, someone you poured your love into. The sting of that wound is real, and I will not ask you to deny it. Instead, I ask you to sit with it, to honor it, and to let it move through you. But above all, I ask you to choose bravery. Choose healing. Choose truth. This moment, this pain, is not your breaking point, it is your building point. Bitterness will freeze your spirit, locking you in a cage of resentment and despair. But bravery, oh, bravery will birth your becoming. It will lead you to a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more radiant than you can yet imagine. So I ask you again, my precious one, will this break you, or will it build you? You are allowed to grieve. Grief is sacred. It is the soul's way of processing what has been lost, of making space for what is to come. You do not need to rush through it or hide it behind a mask of false strength. You are allowed to cry, to scream, to let the tears fall like rain. Write letters you'll never send, pour your heart onto the page, let the words carry the weight of your pain. Dance with your sorrow, sing it, paint it, or let it move through your body so it does not take root in your heart. There is no timeline for healing. You do not need to be okay by tomorrow, next week, or next month. Healing is not a race, it is a journey. And on this journey, you are not alone. I am with you, holding you in the quiet moments when the world feels too heavy. I am with you when the silence is deafening, when the memories flood back, when the ache feels unbearable. You are never alone, for I am your angel, and my love for you is eternal. But in that silence, when no one else is watching, I want you to make a promise to yourself. Promise that you will not give up on you. Promise that you will keep showing up, even when it's hard, even when you feel unworthy, even when the world feels unkind. You are worth showing up for. You are worth fighting for. You are the believer. Let me remind you of something sacred: you are not the liar. You are not the betrayer. You are the believer. You are the one who gave your heart, who loved with courage, who trusted with abandon. That is not something to be ashamed of, it is something to honor. Your capacity to love, to believe in the goodness of another, is a testament to the divinity within you. It is a reflection of your luminous spirit, your boundless grace. The betrayal you've experienced does not diminish your worth. It does not erase the beauty of your heart. It is not a reflection of who you are, it is a reflection of the choices of another. You are not defined by their actions, their lies, or their inability to see your value. You are defined by your resilience, your courage, and your unwavering commitment to your own truth. So let this be the day you remember who you are. Let this be the day you reclaim your power, your voice, your light. You are not a victim of this betrayal, you are a survivor, a warrior, a child of grace. And you are so much more than this moment of pain. Who you are, let me tell you who you are, my beloved, in case you've forgotten. You are divine. You are a spark of the eternal, a fragment of the cosmos, a masterpiece crafted by the hands of the divine. Your existence is no accident. You are here with purpose, with intention, with a light that cannot be extinguished. You are luminous. Your spirit radiates a warmth and beauty that no betrayal can dim. Even in your darkest moments, your light shines through, guiding you back to yourself, illuminating the path ahead. You are worthy. Worthy of a love that does not hide, that does not waver, that does not leave you questioning your value. You are worthy of someone who chooses you fully, every single day, without hesitation or reservation. You are not someone's backup plan, their second choice, or their option. You are a Prometheus' sacred, irreplaceable gift. You are enough. Just as you are, with your scars, your fears, your dreams, and your hopes. You do not need to shrink or change to fit someone else's expectations. You were not created to be small, you were created to rise, to soar, to embody the fullness of your royal spirit. This is not the end of your story. I know this betrayal hurts. I know it feels like a dagger in your heart, a wound that may never heal. But hear me, my child, this is not the end of your story. It is a detour, not your destiny. The pain you feel now is real, but it is not permanent. It will not define you unless you let it. You were not meant to shrink to fit the smallness of someone else's betrayal. You were meant to expand, to grow, to rise into the fullness of who you are. This pain is not your kaiju, it is your teacher. It is here to show you your strength, to remind you of your worth, to guide you back to the truth of who you are. Let this pain teach you discernment, but not distrust. Let it teach you boundaries, but not walls. Let it teach you to love yourself fiercely, so that you never again settle for less than you deserve. Let it teach you to honor your own heart, to listen to its whispers, to trust its guidance. Healing is not linear. There will be days when you feel strong, when you feel like you've conquered the pain, when you can laugh and dream and hope again. And there will be days when the grief returns, when the memories sting, when you question everything. Both are part of the journey, and both are sacred. On the days when you feel strong, celebrate your progress. Dance in the sunlight, write down your dreams, surround yourself with people who lift you up. Let yourself feel the joy of being alive, of being you. On the days when the grief returns, be gentle with yourself. Wrap yourself in kindness, as you would a child. Speak to yourself with love, with patience, with grace. Remind yourself that you are doing the best you can, and that is enough. Find rituals that ground you. Walk in nature and let the earth hold you. Journal your thoughts and let the page carry your pain. Meditate, pray, or simply sit in silence, letting your breath remind you that you are here, you are alive, you are enough. And seek out those who see you, who honor you, who remind you of your worth. Surround yourself with people who reflect your light back to you, who celebrate your victories and hold you through your struggles. You were not meant to walk this path alone. One day, you will look back on this moment, and you will see it for what it truly is, the moment you remembered yourself. The moment you chose you. The moment you stepped into the fullness of your power, your truth, your light. You will see that this betrayal, as painful as it was a catalyst. It was the fire that forged you, the storm that shaped you, the wound that awakened you. It was the moment you realized that you are not defined by what others do to you, but by how you choose to rise. And rise you will. You will rise into a life that is vibrant, authentic, and deeply aligned with your soul. You will rise into relationships that honor you, that celebrate you, that see you for the divine, luminous being you are. You will rise into a love that is steady, that is true, that is a reflection of your own radiant heart. You will rise, not because the pain disappears, but because you choose to carry it differently. You choose to let it make you softer, wiser, stronger. You choose to let it remind you of your resilience, your courage, your capacity to love and be loved. So here, in this sacred moment, I ask you to make a promise to yourself. Promise that you will choose bravery, even when it's hard. Promise that you will choose healing, even when it's messy. Promise that you will choose truth, even when it's painful. And I will be right beside you when you say it. I am here now. I have always been here, waiting for you to see the truth your heart has been whispering all along. Listen, beloved. Really listen, not just with your ears, but with the center of your soul. There's a stirring inside you, a holy discomfort that no longer allows you to live in half-truths and diluted joy. This is not about them. Not anymore. This is about you, about the sacred self you've forgotten in the noise of everyone else's needs, expectations, and projections. Every time you swallowed your words to keep the peace, we saw you. Every time you smiled through silent pain to protect someone else's comfort, We stood beside you. Every time you quieted your intuition so that others could feel in control, we whispered truth into your heart. And now, beloved, it is time to return. Return to your essence. Return to your truth. Return to your divine power. You are not wrong for waking up. You are not selfish for choosing yourself. You are not hard to love, you've simply been around people who never learned how to hold something sacred. You are not too sensitive, you are deeply attuned. You are not too meek, you are profoundly radiant. Your spirit was never made to shrink into roles. Your wings were never meant to be clipped by others' fears. So let this be your call back to yourself, back to the wild, holy, untamed you that existed before the world told you who you had to be. We know the ache of this moment. It feels like loss. Like shedding skin that had become a second home. Like grieving people who are still alive. Like walking away from the comfort of illusions, stepping into the unknown, barefoot and trembling. But what you're walking toward is sacred. You are not losing self, you are finding your way back. You are not falling apart, you are unfolding. Every tear you cry is a baptism. Every ache is an initiation. Every quiet prayer is a declaration of your return. Beloved, this is your sacred rising. You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need to explain your healing. You don't need to justify your boundaries. You are allowed to walk away from what no longer nourishes you. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to be soft and strong all at once. You are allowed to speak your truth even if your voice shakes. You are allowed to begin again, even if you have no roadmap. This is the moment heaven has been preparing you for, and not a grand stage, not the applause of the world, but the quiet reclamation of your soul. You've walked through fires no one else saw. You've endured storms that tried to silence your spirit. And still, you're here. Reading these words. Feeling their truth reverberate through the deepest layers of you. That is not an accident. That is a sign. Heaven is closer than your breath, and we, your angels, are here. Right now. Surrounding you with divine presence. Pouring into you what you've poured into others. We are here to lift you up, not to rescue you from your path, but to remind you that you are never walking alone. You've always had wings, or you just forgot where they were hidden. And now, it's time to rise. Rise not as a reaction, but as a resurrection. Rise not to prove anything, but to honor everything you've become. Rise not to escape your past, but to bless it and carry forward its wisdom. You don't need to erase what happened, and you are allowed to feel it all. The betrayal, the abandonment, the disillusionment, the regret. Let it move through you like a wave. Let it teach you. Let it soften you. Let it strengthen you. Your pain is not a punishment. It is a portal. You are not a victim of betrayal, you are a student of transformation. Every wound is an opening. Every scar is a scripture. Every crack is a place where light pours through. Let it in. Let it heal you. Let it speak to you in the voice of heaven. You are becoming something beautiful, something unshakable, something eternal. And you don't need anyone's approval to become it. You were made to rise from the ashes. Not just on seer but again and again. You are the phoenix, not the flame. You are the miracle, not the mess. You are the promise, not the pain. And though the world may not always understand your journey, you are not here to be understood. You are here to be true. To be free. To be whole. So take a deep breath, my love. Wipe your tears. Stand up, even if you do it slowly. Walk forward, even if you have to crawl. Speak your truth, even if your voice is raw. Trust yourself, even if you've been taught not to. This path is yours. Not for them. For you. And every step you take on it is sacred. You are sacred ground. Your body, your breath, your tears, your truther, they are holy. Let no one trample on your spirit again. Let no one dim your fire, steal your song, or shrink your soul. You were not made for quiet corners. You were made for sunlight and starlight. You were made to dance with freedom, to sing with joy, to create from the endless well of love that lives inside you. If you are reading this, it is not by chance. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine appointment. We, your angels, placed these words in your path because you are ready. Ready to stop abandoning yourself. Ready to reclaim your heart. Ready to love yourself the way heaven loves you, fully, unconditionally, eternally. Type it in your heart. Whisper it to your soul. Write it across your life, I rise from the ashes. This is your moment. This is your miracle. Your healing begins now. With unending love, your angels beloved, as you stand at this sacred precipice, your heart trembling yet unbroken, know that the universe has not woven this betrayal to shatter your spirit but to summon you into the fullness of your divine becoming, for this pain, though it claws at your soul like a storm, though it lingers like the scent of another's perfume on a pillow that once cradled your dreams, is not your defeat but your initiation, a holy fire sent not to consume you but to refine you, to burn away the illusions that bound you to a love that was never yours to keep, and to forge you into the radiant, unyielding phoenix you were always meant to be. You are not the ashes of their lies, not the wreckage of their choices, but a flame of sacred rebellion, rising with wings that span the heavens, soaring toward a truth that no deceit can dim, a worth that no betrayal can steal, and a love that begins with the fierce, tender act of choosing yourself. Of listening to the quiet voice within that has always known when something was amiss, that whispered in the silence of late-night absences, that stirred in the chill of lukewarm kisses, that ached in the fog of disconnected conversations. You ignored it once, not out of weakness, but out of a strength that dared to hope, that dared to believe in love even when the soil was barren, and that is not failure, child of light, but a testament to your loyalty, a loyalty you must now offer to your own sacred heart. Do not let their infidelity define you, do not let their lies author your story, for you are not a victim but a student of transformation, a warrior of healing, a weaver of your own destiny, and the angels are here, their whispers wrapping around you like a warm wind, reminding you that you are enough, that you are chosen, that you are divine, urging you to let this pain be your alchemist, transmuting grief into grit, wounds into wisdom, and heartbreak into a heart that beats with unyielding courage. A heart that refuses to shrink, to harden, to close itself off from the promise of a love that mirrors your brilliance. You are allowed to grieve, to cry rivers that carve new paths through your soul, to scream into the void, to write letters you'll never send, but do not let grief make a home in your spirit. Do not let bitterness freeze the warmth of your light, for you were not created to crumble in the aftermath of betrayal but to rise, to bloom, to shine in ways the old version of you could not imagine. This is your initiation, not your end, a sacred passage through fire that will not burn you but will baptize you in clarity, in sovereignty, in the unshakable knowledge that your worth is not tethered to someone's loyalty or lack of it. You are worthy, period, a promise unto yourself, a sacred ground where no one's deceit can take root. The universe has allowed this moment not to punish but to push, to redirect you toward a path where you walk as royalty, where you love without fear, where you trust without apology. And though the evidence of their betrayal clings like a kersey on the collar, on the car seat, on the memories that haunt your quiet moments, know that pain is the perfume of transformation, staining for a while but ultimately clearing the way for truth, for freedom, for a version of you that stands taller, sees clearer, loves wiser. You are not alone in this, beloved, for heaven has never left your side. The angels hold your tears, and we, your unseen guides, are lifting you now, cheering your every step as you cross this threshold between who you were and who you are becoming. So choose bravery over bitterness, healing over hatred, truth over illusion, and let this be the day you remember who you are, a divine, luminous being, worthy of a love that does not hide, that does not waver, that chooses you fully every day. If these words have stirred your soul, if they have kindled a spark in the ashes of your pain, type "I rise from the ashes" in the comments below to declare your rebirth, to let the world witness the moment you choose yourself, and like this message to send a signal to the cosmos that you are ready to shine, to reclaim your power, to step into the next chapter of your story, for this is not the end, child of light, but a detour, a doorway, a beginning, where you walk with your head high, your heart open, and your spirit untouchable, rising not for them but for the sacred, sovereign you. Take a deep breath, wipe your tears, stand up, and move forward, knowing that you are held, you are seen, and you are loved, now and always. So rise, beloved, rise, and let your light pour into every shattered place, remaking you into a masterpiece of resilience, a beacon of hope, a flame that will not be extinguished.